Tom, there's the speculation or the thought, at least, that Quinshon Judkins, who was arrested last week in Ohio with a domestic violence allegation, the Browns' second-round pick, the 36th overall pick, and their second-round pick beyond Carson Schlesinger, who is signed and is ready to report here, that he will not be there today for the Browns as he focuses on his legal issues. What can you tell us about that?
Well, there's some moving parts here, Andrew, because you've got an active domestic violence case in the state of Florida. There have been documents that have been released on that. By all indications, not only do you have documentation of injuries suffered by the woman who identified herself as in a relationship with Quinshon Judkins, but presumably you also have photos, you have other evidence. The NFL usually waits for the legal system to render anything in terms of a suspension. However, it's written into the collective bargaining agreement that if the commissioner believes that a violation, if the evidence leads the commissioner to believe that a violation likely occurred, then they can use the exempt list to take him off the field. In other words, Andrew, if Quinshon Judkins were to show up, sign his contract, the NFL, as soon as today, could go, actually, no, you're not going to be on the field. So it really behooves everyone to exercise some level of patience. We've not seen any statements, any quotes, anything from Quinshon Judkins or his agent to this point. We know one side of the story, which is what the woman told police in a, partially in a 911 call that was also released. And then in terms of the document here, he was arrested. He was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence. It's certainly a serious case. The NFL many times, virtually every time, has rendered greater discipline than the criminal justice system, even when ultimately there's no, finding of any type of guilt in terms of the judicial system here. So again, a lot of different moving parts with Quinshon Judkins. It would make sense that the Browns want him to focus on that because again, Andrew, even if he showed up, even if they did the deal, and by the way, at 36, that would be the next slot that potentially would be fully guaranteed. It would not make a whole lot of sense for him to show up right now. For the Browns, it would be the proverbial distraction. Obviously, it's more serious than that. I'm not trying to minimize that. For Quinshon Judkins, it might just lead to him going on the exempt list, from which, Andrew, there's no sign. It's not like that's a finite thing. He could end up on that for a long period of time. Taking their time, moving forward here, is probably the best course of action, while the NFL, again, continues to review whatever facts, and knowing that ultimately, whatever the final outcome is from the NFL's perspective, that part probably doesn't even happen until after this has run its course in the legal system.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.